Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim Charatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam cha hastamalakam cha shishyam tam todakam vartika manyam asmad gurun santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padam Bhujanmani Savilasasam Moha Graha Graseika Karmani. In the chapter 1, we saw Tattva Viveka. Viveka, differentiation between tattvas. This tattva is basically of the nature of Sat existence and how to differentiate every object, everything in this world from what they appear to be to what it is. All of them are enjoying the same nature of existence, irrespective of their gunas, irrespective of their appearance, whether it's matter, liquid, gas, human, animal, plants, elements, all of them have the same nature of pure existence. That is established in the Tattva Viveka. Then Mahabhuta Viveka, second chapter, where how the five elements, even though that's what constitutes the entire world of matter, but without the nature of Brahman or without the presence of Brahman, they cannot by themselves function at all. It's all the Prakriti's creation supported by the Ashraya of that is Brahman. Panchakosha Viveka. When it comes to closer to our own personality, the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya koshas, even though we don't really see them, but that's what we experience. When we are physically are able to see ourselves, it is Annamaya. We know that we are breathing, then Prana. We know we are thinking, then Manaha. We know we are able to decide, that is Vijnana. And we are able to have certain tendencies and impressions. Vasanas are there, that is Vasanamaya kosha. but none of them is Atman. So doing that differentiation between all the 5 layers of personality and finally reaching what is that which is behind all these things. That is Panchakosha Viveka. In last chapter, we saw the 4th one, Dvaita Viveka. How the individual Jiva creates a duality. Ishvara Srishti is different from Jiva Srishti. Ishvara Srishti is not a cause of bondage. Jiva Srishti is definitely the cause of bondage. So those who would like to free themselves must free themselves from Jiva Srishti and accept the Deva Srishti as Bhagavan's presence or the Lord's presence and Brahman's expression. Because the individual we are, we cannot live other than with the embrace of the Ishvara Srishti. What is called as Jiva Srishti is nothing but Raga Dveshadi, likes and dislikes. But that can be directed towards what is Shastra Vihita Dvaita Srishti in the form of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Ityadi Sadhanena. So those sadhanas can be done by the Jiva voluntarily, and that can make an individual come out of the grip of Raga Dvesha. And thereafter, such a person who has taken to the path of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana will eventually even overcome that need and become Jivan Muktaha. That is how it is said in Chaturtha Adhyaya. Now we are entering into Mahavakya Viveka. The 5th Adhyaya. In this Adhyaya, we conclude what is Viveka. Then we will go to Deepa. So Viveka is essentially in the nature of Buddhi. Viveka is the nature of the Buddhi, of the nature of differentiation, discrimination. So when somebody is not taking decisions properly, Buddhi nahi kya? Akal nahi soch, akal use nahi karte ho. We ask people, children who do not properly decide things, always vague and ambiguous. Buddhi. What do we say? Vivek, you have to use the Vivek. So here, in this last section of the Viveka part, we need to understand what will direct our life towards the highest truth. As different from other religious scriptures, where it is all about instructions, do's and don'ts, Upanishads are not about do's and don'ts. And if it is do's and don'ts, there's no question of even discussion. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Why? Stop asking questions. Because of you asking questions only, you never improve. On the other hand, by asking questions alone, teaching is possible. Conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, conversation between Yoga, Vasishta and Rama. And all the Upanishads are about conversations. And why conversation? What is a conversation? It is not what else? Unidirectional, sorry, called mono dialogue. It's not a mono dialogue. It's not I say, you listen. No. Let us explore together. Sahana bhavatu. Sahano bunaktu. Together, saha. Saha viryam karavavahe. We'll explore together. We'll put forth effort to put together. So, declarations are 4 in Upanishads. They are statement of reality. Meaning, what is that reality is stated. It is like fire is hot. It is not somebody's opinion. It is a statement of fact. It's a reality. It's a truth. And it is applicable to everyone. right? It is not for me, it is not for you. Similarly, absolute truth is that which does not change its nature ever. It is of the same nature, whoever approaches in whatever ways. Ekam sat vipra bahuta vadanti. One is the truth, but various approaches are possible. So here, 4 Mahavakyas are taken. Prajnanam Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. These are the 4. The first one is the most interesting one because it is very close to our experience, yet we miss it. It is interesting that even though it's very close to us, we constantly miss it. Why? Because we don't think in that direction. What is that? Prajnanam Brahma. Now the question is, what is prajna? Now we'll see. First introduction, which is given by in this Bhashyakar. I will read that part and then we'll proceed further. Mumukshoho moksha sadhana brahmatmaikatva avagatihi siddhaye prasiddhanam chadurnam mahavakyanam artham kramena nirupayan parama kripalu acharya ado tavat aitaro aranya aranyakate prajnanam brahma iti mahavakye prajnana shabdasya arthamaha. Mukshoho, for the people who are seeking liberation. Moksha sadhana, what is the means to realize the truth? Brahmatmaikya sadhana. That is the gati. Individual self and the universal self is one and the same. That is what is called moksha. Realization of that is what is called moksha. Moksha usually, liberation we usually translated as freedom from suffering, freedom from transmigration, freedom from birth and death. If you say freedom from suffering, die. Easiest way to get out of the suffering, right? I've been suffering in this life. What do I do? Die. I'm suffering from this marriage. Divorce. Easy. A person he divorces one and gets into another one. The same thing continues. A life and death, I want to get rid of. Die. And then next, nobody guarantees that you will not come back again. Then again you will continue. So true freedom is not escaping from what it is available or experienced by us every day. It is to know that the individuality who we are, so long as we consider ourselves as an individual being, as a physical body or mind, etc., we cannot but experience the vicissitudes of life, which is of the nature of duality. Joy and sorrow, success, failure, day and night, cold and heat. Can you ever stop it? Accepting that this is not possible for us to overcome, recognize that you are not this. Recognize that you are not this alone. You are more than this. And that more than this means what? I, the one, the awareness, is the same awareness in all living beings. That universal awareness I am, when that is realized, you will continue to have the experience of all these dualities, but not suffer them. Why suffering? Most of the suffering is non-acceptance. Is it not true? Why so much rain, Swamiji? When it was not raining, you are complaining, right? No rain, drought, it's all dry. Raining? Why so much rain? कुछ भी भगवान करते हो तो आपको कंप्लेन नहीं करते. Bhagavan is doing what he has to do. He has to make sure that all of them are watered properly. You're not done for 3 years. Okay, you people are not doing it. Let me do it first. When he does that, nobody can stop it. So when various things are happening in our life, when we don't accept, that causes pain. Is it not? Think. Your children do not behave the way you want, suffering. The weather is not according to my liking, suffering. Food is not according to my taste, suffering. Suffering is caused by a non-acceptance. This is the first thing. We don't accept things as they are. And we look at ourselves as a limited entity, and because of the very limited entity we are, we want to experience things the way we want within that limitation. When we look at ourselves as an eternal living being, this is only a passing stage of my eternal life, then you will have better acceptance. So many people say, Swamiji, while going to India, we are all excited. It doesn't look like 18 hours, 20 hours at all. Coming back, when does it land? Why? What is the mental attitude there? While going towards that, after all, I'm going to meet all my people and there's this. So mind is on a different mind level of thinking. And therefore, any kind of such pain, it's okay. Another 3 hours, another 4, it's okay. Coming back. Again, back to the same routine. Your mind is not ready to accept the long journey. Same amount of time only takes both ways. In every situation, therefore, when we are not able to accept, because why don't we accept? Because the limited, see, for example, those who do not believe in Punarjanma, most of the Western world or religions would not accept the Punarjanma. Therefore, their demand for a sense appetite is very high. Why? Only one life. Whereas we, agle janam mein dekhenge. I didn't enjoy this. Next life you will see it. Why do we able to do that? Because there is less life is there. Why am I? In this life, I have to live with this person. What to do? Next life, I'm not. Whereas when you have only one life. So when you see the limitation, the suffering is more. I have to finish everything in this limited time. So mumuksha is one. So Brahma Atmaikya Avagatihi. That is a sadhana. Siddhaye, for that achievement of that, Prasiddhanam Chadurnam Vakyanam Artham Kramena Nirupayan. Therefore, the 4 statements, the great statements, Mahavakyas, are in accordance to the system of thinking. Paramakripalu Acharya, the Acharya, the teacher of with great compassion, though to begin with, Tavat Aitareya Aranyakate, what is said in the Aitareya Upanishad, Prajnanam Brahma, Iti Mahavakye, Prajnana Shabdasya Artham Aha. Consciousness is Brahman. That's the first statement. Consciousness is Brahman. Now, this consciousness is Brahman should be understood in a different way. If I say, Ramaha Raja, when you say Rama Raja, are there 2 people? Yes or no? Ramaha is also Pradama Vibhakti. Raja is also Pradama Vibhakti. First declension. What does it mean? Ramaha cha Raja cha na. Ramaha eva Raja, Raja eva Ramaha. Right? Rama is the king. The king Rama does not mean king and Rama. Rama the king. Similarly, Prajnanam Brahma does not mean there is Prajna and there is a Brahman. No, Prajnanam eva Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman. So what is this consciousness? What do we mean by consciousness? What is Prajnanam? So that is explained in the first verse. Yenekshate shrunoti tam Jigrati vyakaroti cha. Swadaswadu vijanati. Tat prajnanamudiritam. Yenekshate chrunotitam. Jigrati vyakaroti cha. Swadaswadu vijanati. Tat prajnanamudiritam. Tat prajnanam. That is what is called prajnanam. Iti udiritam is known as. What is that? Yena, by which ikshate, one sees. Are you seeing me? Yes or no? Huh? You're seeing me? By what? Answer no. What is this? With the nose? With the ears? How are you seeing me? Say no. Why are you? One eye or two eyes? Eyes can see, right? Through your eyes you're seeing. That's what you said, no? Who is looking through the eyes?
Mind.
So eyes are seeing or mind is seeing? Mind is seeing through the eyes. Correct? So mind is seeing through the eyes when you say, can your mind see without the eyes? Can the eyes see without the mind? No.
Yes, actually.
Eyes can see without the mind.
No.
Mind can see without the eyes.
Yes.
How?
Imagine inside. No.
In dream, you can see the dream without the eyes. Yes or no?
Yes.
I saw a nice dream. Where were you wearing glasses? You don't need eyes to see them. But mind, when it is seeing external object, it needs eyes. So eye is an instrument for the mind to see objects, color, shapes. Now the mind, when we say mind, it is meaning a set of thoughts. Mind is not a particular thing. One thing, like eyes I can touch. Where do you touch the mind? Is it a mind a particular spot? Don't say brain. Brain is another equipment only. So mind, when you say, it is a set of thoughts. Right? A set of thoughts, say, if I'm seeing many things in this room, but not all of them I pay attention to. And many of you don't pay attention to many of the things here which are dirty. When I see it, I say, why is it dirty? So I pay attention. So when my mind is having a particular thought, it uses in a particular way the eyes to see the particular thing. So even as the thoughts are there, not all thoughts lead to perception. So then there is a alertness and awareness about it. So even the thoughts are there, but the thoughts are by themselves cannot engage in the use of the eyes to see the object. The thoughts must be supported by life, the awareness. I am alive. So yena, by which ikshate, one sees. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan cha maidunan etenaiva vijanadi kimatra parishishyate in Kathopanishad. Yena, by which rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshan. Rupam rasam gandham means rupam form, rasam taste, gandham smell. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sound. Sparshan, touches. Maitunan, other sense organs coming in contact with other objects. Etena eva vijanati. By this alone one comes to know kimatra parishishyate, what else is there. If the bulb is glowing, it is not bulb which is the source of light. The source of light is power. Bulb is only expressing the electric power in the form of light. If they switch off, bulb will be there, light won't be there. In the same way, eyes will be there, mind will be there. Perhaps life is gone. When the life is gone, what will be able to express? That's why in Kenopanishad, that question was raised by the student. Kenishidam padati preshidam mana, kena prana pradama pradyuktaha, kenishidam vacham imam badanti, chakshushrotram kaudeno vinati. What is that which is behind all the senses and the mind and the prana? Yena ikshate, by which one he is able to see, shrunoti, listens, idam, jigrati, idam means sarvam jagat, jigrati, smells, vyakaroti, speaks, swadu, aswadu, vijanadi, tastes, both the swadu, taste, as well as aswadu, not tasty, by which alone everybody able to see and hear, taste, smell, touch, think, walk, talk, that prajnana. What is consciousness now? Prajnanam kim? You must keep it drilled in your head. Yenekshate shrunoditam jigrati vyakaroti cha swadu aswadu vijanati tat prajnanamudiritam. We wake you up in the dream and wake up, get up. What is prajnanam? Now tell me without looking at the book. Yenekshate, repeat. Shrunotitam chigrati yakaroti cha swadu aswadu vijanati tat prajnanam udiritam. Tell me. Enekshate shrunoditam jigrati vyakaroti cha swadu aswadu vijanati tat prajnanamudiritam. Repeat yourself in your mind. Okay. These definitions are very important for you to contemplate. It's not just to repeat in your mind. Swamiji, meditation में क्या करना है? बैठो चुपचाप. बैठ चुपचाप करके क्या करना है? सो जाओ. सो जाने के लिए मैं meditation क्यों करूं? When you sit down in quiet meditation, what you should think? मैं प्रज्ञान हूं. क्या प्रज्ञान क्या होता है? By which ikshate, I'm able to see, I'm able to hear, I'm able to smell, I'm able to talk. All these, because of which I can do, that alone I am. That is prajnanam. In whose absence, na ikshate, na jigrati, na vyakaroti, na aswadu ajanati. Because of whose absence, none of those things are possible. Yena chakshudvara nirgata antakarana vritti ubahita chaitanyena idam darshana yogyam rupadikam ikshate pashyati purusha. It is said chakshudvara nirgata antakarana vritti ubahita chaitanyena. This is a very important point. When you see an object by itself, you are not able to know it. It creates a thought. That's why when you see, say, okay, now you came to Balvihar, right? And you moved around. How many people whom you met? Tell me. How many people you saw? Do you remember all of them? Yes or no?
No.
One who is wearing similar color of yours, immediately you notice. She's also wearing the same. Necklace is also same. So you notice. What is by noticing that? It's a thought. Even though the eyes are seeing, if there are no relevant thought appearing, you will not be able to know that you saw that. Yes or no? So many things we see every day, but not all of them, all the perceptions, that all the forms that came to the eyes need not have created relevant thoughts. If the relevant thought is created, noticed, and that thought also is a conscious thought. That's why he puts here, Nirgata Antakarana Vritti Upahita Chaitanyena. The Chaitanya, the consciousness must be there illuminating the thought which you notice. Then only perception, seeing really takes place. Because of merely opening the eyes, you won't see it. You see, but you don't really register it. The idam darshana yogyam rupadi vishayam ikshate. Darshana yogyam. Pashyad Purusha, Tada Shrodratwara, through the ears, Nirgata Antakarana Vritti, Upadi, Yuktena Chayena, Chaitanyena. Again, hearing also it is the same. You may hear so many things. Sound will be coming to your eardrum. But what you hear is decided by what thought has been created by that sound. If I am speaking in Sanskrit and you have no clue about what it is, you may hear, not understand the thing. Right? So you need to have, as soon as that language comes in, immediately your mind should start understanding what that word is. If you start speaking in Russian, I don't. But even if I speak anything and call it Russian, you don't know. Because you don't know Russian. So a relevant vritti takes place, which is comprehending what is going on. So that is what is called nirgata antakarana vritti upadikena yena shabdajadam shrunoti tata eva granadvara nirgata antakarana vrittasya adikena upadikena yena skandajadam jatajikrati yena vagindriyaj avacchinnena vyakaroti shabdajadam vyaharati yena rasanendriya dvara nirgata antakarana vritti upadikena swadu aswadu raso vijanati Anuktam samuchaya artha cha shabda. So in this verse, what is he? Yenekshade shrunodehe jitradi vyakarodi cha. The cha includes all other things also, which is not said. Able to see, able to walk, able to grasp, able to smell, that is already given, smell, taste and already given. So all other which are not said also to be included here. Tata cha ukta anuktehe sakala indriyehi antakarana vritti bedaihi cha upalekshidam yat etan chaitanyam asti tadeva atra prajnanam iti uchate. Consciousness which is enabling us to understand every experience that comes through our sense organs in the form of thoughts. The consciousness which is illuminating thoughts relevant to what is being registered by the sense organ. That consciousness is what is referred as prajnanam. Now, what is to be recognized here is, even though I am able to see through my eyes, through my ears, able to listen, etc., without the Chaitanya, the consciousness, it is not possible. Therefore, who am I? Who am I then? One of the sense organs, or collection of all sense organs, or thoughts, or collection of thoughts. Very fact that you know, gata drishta gatat binna. My gata is there. I have to take it out. For 3-4 months it has been sitting there. Gata drishta gatat binna. Drishta means seer. Gatasya drishta. one who is seer of this part is not the part. Yeah. Gatadrishta gatad binnaha. Sarvada na gatayata. Gatoyata. Never I become, because I'm seeing the part does not become I become the part. Similarly, eyes I am using or ears I am using, but I am also not using it also sometimes. When I close my eyes and go to sleep, or I decided not to listen. Some of you are like that. Swamiji may talk and I may not listen. So you decide not to listen. That means if you have a choice of listening or not listening, that means what? You are not the ears. Why? You can use it, you need not use it. If you are the ears only, then you have no choice. Right? So gata drashta gatat binna. The seer or the one who uses the gatam or the part is different from the gata. Sarvada gato gata na. Deha drishta tata deha na aham iti avadharya. Deha drishta, indriya drishta, na indriyani aham, na deha aham iti avadharya. This is what is to be understood. So, ye prajnanam aham, I am that consciousness, not what consciousness is using for experience. That I am not. The electricity says I am not the light, which is true. Electricity is expressing itself as the light in the bulb, but I am not the light. Light belongs to the bulb, not electricity. And the bulb can illumine only in my presence. Electricity can claim. So I am not light, but light cannot be without me. Correct or not? I am not the light, but light cannot be without me. Similarly, I am not the body, but body cannot be without me. How many of you know Tamil? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, in Tamil, there is, and today only I just saw something very interesting. In English, it doesn't work that way. A, E, U, this A, E is there. I think every language has got that. A, E, U, right? That is 12 in number. 12 in Tamil. Then 18 are the consonants. K, ch, t, p, like that. In Tamil language, that A, E, U, they are called life. Uyir. Uyir. Uyir means what? Life. Then consonants, k, ch, t, etc. They're may. May means body. May means body. In Tamil. The Tamil language has got certain things, they use it very, very intricately. May varutha koolidaram, you know that. Meaning may means body. When you use the body, you get the result. May means body. Body is may, that is consonants. And etc. are called life. Now, you cannot use a single consonant without the help of the uyirudhu. Try. Say. Can you say that? You can't even pronounce. To pronounce, you need to have the uyir. Uyir means I'm sure every language has got that. That vowel, what we call it, but a vowel doesn't make sense to me there. Without that, we cannot have any life for that. Meaning what? Body is useless, cannot even exist. It is jada without life. So, dehat binnaha na deha. Dehat binnaha aham na deha aham iti avadharya. Because without the prajnanam, none of the indriyas can work and do what they do. So who am I? Am I the one which everybody come to see me as, or I am the one which even I have not come across myself directly. That prajnanam, that consciousness, that presence, in whose presence alone all other things are possible, that I am. Therefore, prajnanam. That's the first statement. See, this is not about God. Huh? See, that is the reason why the Mahavakyas are not about thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. This is बच्चे लोगों के लिए कह to people who don't think, only you have to instruct and don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You try to your 20-year-old one. Why are you telling me? I have to tell you. But those who are thinking, you don't dictate. You suggest, ask them to think. Evam prajnana shabdartham vidaya. Now, having explained the word meaning of prajnanam, now next word is what? Brahma. In that statement, prajnanam Brahma. In that two words are there. Prajnanam is explained. What is prajnanam? Yenekshat. Yenekshate shrunodidam jigradi yakarodi cha swadu aswadu janati tat prajnanamudiritam. Right? No, prajnanam word is used. No, what is Brahman? You see. Chadurmukhendra deveshu Manushyaśvagadasishu Chaitanyamekam Brahmataha Prajnanam Brahmamayyapi Chadurmukhendra deveshu Manushyaśvagavadishu Chaitanyamegam prajnanam brahmamayyapi. Ekam Chaitanyam. Now the mistake that people or the scientific world today has is consciousness they understand. They have come to that point of consciousness. But they say every individual has got a consciousness. Different from each other. My consciousness is different from elephant consciousness, tiger consciousness, dog consciousness. So now if you say my consciousness is different from yours, because I use my eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, hands, legs, speech, etc., and which is all supported by, as you said, is a thought, and thought is illuminated by consciousness. Fine. So my consciousness supporting my thoughts, supporting my sense organs, is able to experience my world. Clear? Now, if you say my sense organs are used by my mind or thoughts, and the thought is known or eliminated by the consciousness. If you eliminate the sense organs and the mind and the thoughts, the consciousness, what is its nature? Is it distinct from each other? One electricity is used here as well as there, as well as in the fan. The fan is a rotating one and this light is illuminating one. The bulb gives light and the fan gives movement. But both of them have only electricity only. Cannot say bulb electricity is different from fan electricity. Because why? Because fan it moves around and bulb it doesn't. And in bulb it is light, in the fan it is not. Therefore, consciousness is light, consciousness is movement. Wrong. Sorry, electricity is light and electricity is movement. Wrong. Why? Electricity neither moves nor it is light. Even in your own sense organs, you say, seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, smelling consciousness, touching consciousness, is it different? So electricity remaining as one, its expression based upon the equipments are different. In the same way, in me, the consciousness remaining as one, The thoughts that are illumined are different, and the sense organs expressing the thoughts is different. Consciousness remaining one. But when you say conscious remaining one, what is its nature or qualification, nature or characteristic different from somebody else's? You will find there's no difference. Chadurmukha Indra. That Chadurmukha is Brahma. One who has 4 heads, 4 faces. Indra, Devendra. Deveshu, in all the Devatas. Manushya, Ashva, Gava, Adishu. Human, cow, horse, Ashwa, horse, Gava. Ekam Chaitanyam. There's only one consciousness. And that one consciousness, which appears to be different from each other, but natural, essentially one only, is known as Brahma. So consciousness is Brahman does not mean there are 2. Consciousness is Brahman, meaning what? Brahman is the Shabda used to indicate that in everyone it is the same. Ataha. Thus, therefore, Prajnanam Brahma Mayi Api. In me also, that is the one only. Mayi Api. In me also, Prajnanam is Brahman. Consciousness is Brahman. Meaning what? In you also. In everyone. In you also, the consciousness that is there is none other than Brahman. Again, why am I pointing out separately? Why? Because that oneness to be understood, when it is understood, then you see how individually it is expressing. When you take individual alone, then you will not see the oneness. It's all connected to the same thing. So the Brahman is a term, Shabda, used to indicate the oneness, whereas consciousness is used to indicate that which is behind all the senses. The apparent differences of the sense organs, which are functioning in different fields of activity, are connected to one. Even that one is connected really to the one only, which is same in all. So it's a double link that you have to make. First of all, I have to link to one consciousness from all sense organs. From that, I have to link to all living beings. This is not done in any religion. Think. Which religion says there is one presence in all? Tell me. If that is there, if that is declared, then you would not say my Christ and your Allah, my Buddha and your Krishna. That would not happen. Why do they separate it? As Christ is different from Allah, is different from Krishna, is different from Buddha. Why? They don't accept the universal oneness. You understand? If the universal one is understood and realized, there is no caste, color, creed, race, religion, region, none of them will. Then when all of them collapse, on the one hand of the spectrum, you will find absolute peace, and the other hand, you will find absolute chaos. Because all those people who are surviving due to the differentiation will protest. Yes or no? If you go and tell a Christian there is nothing called Christ, you know that? There's only universal consciousness. They'll shoot you down. They'll hang you if you say Allah is not there. It is only one universal consciousness. Is it not true? But what is actually it means? It means there is only one universal presence and there is no difference at all. Then in such an understanding, how can there be any hatred, any disparity? What will result in then in Paramashanti? But non-acceptance, absolute chaos. Chadurmukhendra deveshu manushashvagavadishu chaitanyamekam brahmataha prajnanam brahmamayapi. This also you shouldn't by heart. So when you are sitting for meditation, then don't ask, Swamiji, what do I think in meditation? Don't think. Swami, if you don't think, else go to sleep. Better do that. Instead of boring yourself. So in these these verses, when you sit for meditation, it should come to you naturally. That is the reason why one has to memorize it. Not the reason memorizing is not for impressing others. When you're sitting for meditation, you don't need a book. Enekshate Shunodiha Krishna Chikrati Vyakaroti Cha Swadu Aswadu Janati Vijnanamudiritam Chadurmukhendra Deveshu Manushyashvagadvadishu Chaitanyamekam Brahmataha Prajnanam Brahmamayapi. So when you start thinking in that direction, you will realize that why am I holding on to my pet ideas and pet opinions, and these are all trying to make me more and more individualistic, concretizing my individuality. Unfortunately, that is what is said to be the norm of the day today in this world. Everybody should prove oneself to be greater than the other. More and more of the individualization, concretizing the ego, that the destruction of that is what is Vedanta does. Destroy that individuality. And you will see the result is what? Acceptance of everything. It leads to peace and joy and compassion. Uttameshu devadishu, madhyameshu manusheshu, adameshu ashvagadadishu, dehadarishu, akashadi bhudeshu cha, jagat janmadi hedu bhudam yadekam chaitanyam asti tad brahma ityartha. Anena cha esha brahma indraha ityade brahma prajnapadishtata iti antasya avantarvakyasya artha sanksiptah darshitah ittam paramartha abhidaya vakyartamaha ata iti atah yatah sarvatra avasthitam prajnanam brahma ato mayyapi sthitam prajnanam brahma eva prajnanatva avisheshat ityartah. So when I say I am conscious or I am consciousness, because me being consciousness, I'm able to see, hear, taste, smell, tell, and touch. It is not different from anybody else. Everybody is able to do the same thing. Is it not? Is it not I alone can see through my eyes and you else cannot? I am Brahman, I know, but I don't know about you. I don't think you are Brahman, you are something else. Everybody is the same only. Even if one does not have eyes or ears, still he is conscious. Conscious that he doesn't have eyes. Conscious he is not able to see. Conscious he is not able to hear. That consciousness is remaining the same. Even as one grows old and where one is incapable of seeing as much effectively as before, or hear as much as before, or walk as much as before, consciousness remains the same. Whether it's a young child or the old person. That doesn't change. It is unaffected, untouched, influenced by any one of those. So in each one of them, at every time, in whichever condition you are, consciousness remaining the same. Therefore, that's why he says, prajnana tvat avisheshatvat. Prajnana avisheshatvat. Avishesha means non-different. Nothing special. It is not all Mahatma has got consciousness. I do not know. Ajnani does not have consciousness. No, it is not. Mahatma is aware of he being the consciousness. And Ajnani does not know. That is the difference. And because of the absence of that knowledge, he behaves in that way. Whereas knowing this, a Mahatma behaves and engages in the world in a different way. Therefore, you may distinctly see that the behavior of a man of knowledge versus a man of ignorance, not because they are different consciousness, it's the same. If you go and look at a tiger or a lion behaving in a particular way, they are also equally blessed by the same Brahman only. The same consciousness is there. But then in their condition, that's what today I was saying. Sattvanurupa sarvasya shraddha bhavati. And there he says very clearly in this chapter which we just saw in the morning. What is that? Dehinaha, he says very clearly. Dehin means one who knows aham, mama deha, na aham deha, where the animal does not. The animal does not think that I have the body. It thinks I am the body. Whereas you can say, I have the eyes. I'm not the eyes. I have the ears. I'm not the ears. I have this nose. I'm not the nose. Because who am I then? I am consciousness, who is able to express itself through this. And in the absence of them, still I am. Evam indriya dringnaham indriyani divi nistinu mano buddhistada pranaha naham ityavadaraya. See, interesting thing just pointed out here is that in Vakyavritti, Bhagavan Shankaracharya points out that is just like a magnet. You don't see, but the filings are seen on the top. Let us say a paper you take, you might have seen, you might have done it when you're in the childhood. You put the filing, iron filings, and below that is a magnet. When the magnet moves, this all moves. So if somebody does not know the magnet is below, what? What happened? How is it moving? Ayaskandavat vichalayati. He puts it there. Ayaskandavat vichalayati. It makes it move like that of the iron filings moved by the magnet. So you cannot directly see the consciousness. When I'm seeing an object, it is consciousness which is enabling this to see, but I do not see the consciousness doing that work. As much as the magnet that is below that paper is causing it to happen, though you cannot see it directly. Ramana Maharshi said, I will show you God, but you don't see it. We may not probably see it. Show. He said, what is your mockery? Mockery? Making mockery of me? No. So I'm showing you God. Where is it? Here. What do you mean by that? This hand, which is inert, the finger, can it move without the presence of life in me? Huh? Can it? Now you see, when the movements of the body takes place consciously initiated by your thought is one thing, but there are many things that are happening in the physical body in which you are not participating. Breathing is going on, digestion is going on, blood circulation is going on, cell multiplicity is going on. Every part of the inner organs are working, heart is beating. Are you doing anything? Heart beat now, don't beat now, beat now, we don't beat. Are you doing anything on that? So what is going on there? Without you noticing it. Whether mind notices or not, consciousness is present. We may not even see it. Tad Brahma aham mayi api. Prajnanam Brahma mayi api. So when you are looking at the word Bhagavan, In a temple, when you go there and look at the Lord, you understand. Chadurmukhendra Deveshu Manushya Ashva Gamadishu Chaitanyamekam Brahmataha Prajnanam Brahmamayapi. That one which is present there in that Brahma or Shiva or Vishnu, the same consciousness is in me too. The Brahma or Shiva or Vishnu are the full expression of that Brahman, where I am not. That's the only difference between me, the Jiva, and the Ishvara. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari